Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Healthy Bites for Students series. I'm Selin, a qualified nutritionist and a student dietitian, and together with the Nillumbik Council, we're making some super easy meal ideas for you guys. So in the last episode, we made a really easy breakfast idea. We made some overnight oats, so if you haven't checked that out, go right ahead and check that one out. In this video, I'll be going through our second student meal idea. This one is a super nutritious, filling snack. So what happens when you combine a bread roll with pizza? We're making pizza scrolls. Let's jump into it. So for our base, we have 1 cup of wholemeal plain flour, a 1/4 cup of almond meal, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 cup of plain yogurt. Our toppings are up to your imagination, but I've got 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, some chopped capsicum, a handful of spinach and rocket, some turkey slices, grated cheese, and dried oregano. Very pizza style. Okay, so preheat your oven to fan forced at 160 degrees, and let's get started. Wholemeal flour includes the bran and germ of the grain, which contains most of the nutrients. It's packed with fibre and protein, which means you've got a sustained energy source. Add that yogurt in and you've got a powerhouse base. Roll your dough onto a floured baking sheet, making it easier to work with. If you've misplaced your rolling pin like me, then use a plastic wrap on anything that looks like one. Add some more flour and roll your dough out. With that yogurt and baking powder in there, the base ends up being super fluffy and super light and tastes so good. Now guys, it's easy to get that vegetable intake in. We like to aim for 5 palm-sized portions of vegetables a day. In 2018, on average, only 5% of people actually met the vegetable intake requirements. This is a super easy way to get those vegetables in without even tasting it, and if you do, it actually tastes good. So as you're rolling up your pizza base, continue to flour the bottom of it. It may still stick to the baking paper, so make sure you've got a generous amount of flour as you're rolling it up. I used a pizza cutter to cut mine in half, just making it easier to roll. As you're popping them into the tray, I'd actually separate them in hindsight, because the baking powder actually makes the base expand, and the cheese keeps everything together, but if you keep them too close, then it'll end up sticking together. Which is fine, it's just a little bit more work, and still ends up in these lovely little scrolls and tastes absolutely delicious. Okay guys, there we have it. A bit fiddly, but super tasty, and it's gonna keep you full, and it's got all of those nutrients that's just gonna keep you going, especially important as a student. Now, alternatively, you can use wholemeal Lebanese or pita bread, and you can just roll it up, pop it in the oven with a bit of cheese to keep it all together, and that will also work perfectly well if you're running short on time. So what do you think of this recipe? Give it a go and let's have a chat in the comments below. What would you do differently? And what do you like to have as a snack? See you guys in our 3rd video for our burrito bowl lunch.